Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Gallagher from Lead Out Consulting. Today we're going to do a quick little video on conceptually what is a bottleneck, how they affect your business, how you can identify them, and then really the process to go through to doing a continuous improvement action on those bottlenecks and in those processes. So let's get on and jump right into it. So the easiest way to go about this is to think of it as a flow. In this process here, we have 4 arrows worth of production coming down the line, and then at the process towards the end of the line there, as you can see, there's only 2 arrows getting through. This is a fundamental concept in process balancing, in process design, and really if you don't get this, you should spend some time here and make sure you get it. The concept being that the throughput of your entire process, of that entire bottle, will never be more than its slowest or limiting factor process. So in this case, the 2 arrow process, unless that is changed or increased, it will never produce more than 2 arrows. You can have a process that runs 18,000 arrows a minute upstream where those 4 arrows are, and it won't matter because your process will only produce 2 arrows a minute or 2 arrows an hour or whatever your units are. So that's really the most important concept in this entire thing. If you don't take anything else away from any of these videos, take that away because that's really the key to all of this. So now you know what a bottleneck is. So how do you find it? Well, the easiest way that I follow is time studies. This is mostly how we do it in a production or manufacturing setting, where you can go and you can time someone and you can say, okay, on the line, they take a piece, do whatever they have to do to it, put it down to the next person, and they come back. That's one cycle. So you would take that time for everyone involved in your process. You would then analyze that data, be able to tell where in that line of processes is the limiting factor, and then make your decisions based on those times. If you come across a quality error and you're trying to find out really what happened or where your limiting factor is from a quality standpoint, not just a time standpoint, the 5Y, the 8D, and the fishbone diagram all come into play. So you need to set up some baseline stats for your business, whatever those are. It could be sales, it could be leads per month, it could be cost per lead, it could be whatever is really important to you, and whatever probably is the easiest thing for you just to throw together and start tracking for right now, you should start tracking. And what that does is it lets you find out where your business is right at this moment. Maybe this moment in the current situation is not the best moment to start tracking, but you should have some historical data that you could pull from reports that would allow you to come up with your baseline. So the reason the baseline is so important is when we get into the next slide, into the next step, when you start changing things, then you're not going to understand how your levers and your changes are affecting your business unless you have that baseline. Now, the KPIs are really just what you're using to track. So you're going to pick 2 or 3 things in each process and you're going to track it. You can track it monetarily, you can track it production time wise, throughput wise, whatever's important to you and your business, that's what you're going to track. So you've got your KPIs, you know where your bottleneck is, you want to start trying changing some things and making an improvement, right? Well, now's the time to do that, but you have to only do one at a time. I can't stress that enough. You do not want to get into a situation where you've tried 3 or 4 things, you haven't really tracked them very carefully, and all of a sudden your business is now doing worse or your process is doing worse and you don't have an understanding of why. Think of it like a good metaphor is like wiring a house, right? Or changing out an electrical outlet. If you don't know which wire is causing the issue in your wall, you would run down to the basement, turn the power off, maybe mess with one outlet, go turn it back on, see if it made a difference. You wouldn't go downstairs, turn the power off, change out every outlet in the house, and then turn the power back on and see if the thing was fixed, right? Like, you're never going to figure out what outlet was the real problem if you actually solve the real problem. Actually, a good thing to get in the habit of when you're dealing with situations like that is, can you repeat the problem? Because then you actually know what the problem is at that point, and you can confidently and repetitively say, this is what the issue is, right? So finally, you're just going to rework your process documentation. So really anything that you change that you want to solidify, now you need to document, get into your training documents, SOPs, all that kind of thing. So this is my contact information. Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, all those things that the YouTubers say. And hit me up if you have any questions. Check out the website, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much.